Amy, I just wanted to get on here and talk a little bit. As many of y'all know, based on my post, that I'm trying to get a disability pride event started in our town of Opelousas and St. Landry Parish, the surrounding areas. And it was inspired by Elijah Duplanchette, who was the first Junior Police Academy cadet to graduate with Down syndrome. Well, it started as something for his birthday, and then it evolved into wanting to celebrate all disabilities and special needs and exceptionalities. But because it was inspired by Elijah, he's going to be the Grand Marshal if we get this event up and going. We're looking at Saturday, July 11th, 2026, 9 to 2. It's just going to be like a family fun day type thing. It's going to be open to the public. And you know how Elijah's saying is never? Well, it's going to be never let disabilities define you. That's just a prototype flyer. And each year, our plan is to pick different disabilities and special needs individuals in the community and highlight them. We're going to have a little parade, I call it, of disabilities and special needs of all types, whether it be autism, ADHD, physical disabilities, Tourette's, epilepsy, anything, because disabilities is the largest minority, and it affects everybody, any age, any race, any sexual orientation. It affects, and it don't discriminate or judge. I mean, some are born with the disabilities, but some could get in bad accidents. Some could get sick and develop disabilities after that. Heck, just getting up in age, becoming elderly is disabling. But the main reason I'm so passionate about trying to get this thing going, especially July being Disability Pride Month. Disability Pride Month is in commemoration, recognizing the passing of ADA, which is the law for civil rights for disabilities. I did not learn anything about Disability Pride Month or the dark history that disabilities had to go through before ADA was passed, the disability rights movement. I didn't learn any of that when I was a kid. I didn't learn it until Netflix came out with a documentary called Crip Camp, and it talks about the disability rights movement. As a kid with a severe physical disability, I struggled because I wanted to fit in so bad with my able-bodied peers, and I couldn't always. And I struggled with that. I struggled with bullying. I struggled with feeling like a burden to my friends and family. I struggled when I wanted to do something and I couldn't. And I think if we would have had a disability pride event whenever I was growing up to teach me and instill in me pride in myself of every little accomplishment, it would have really helped, and I wouldn't have taken me so long to fully accept myself as I am. I mean, yeah, I always wore a smile, but as I got older and got into teen years, as a little kid, it's easy. Somebody's nice to you, you're nice to them. It's simple. But the minute bullying and stuff starts happening and hormones get involved, and they're just like everybody else. Yeah, they may be a little different, but they're like everybody else. We have feelings, emotions, urges, passions, dreams, all that stuff. I mean, some of us think a little different. Some are more innocent than others. Some are in their own little world. But they're still like everybody else to an extent. It just depends on the severity of each case. And I mean, everybody's different. Even able-bodied people who are, they struggle. Everybody struggles with something. So why is it so hard for society to accept disabilities? Why is it they look at us like we're this plague on society when we're not? So that's one reason I'm so passionate about this event. I just want to change the narrative that disabilities are not this end-all story. If anything, it's the beginning of a new story. Nobody really knows what God has in store for any of us. And He can move mountains and perform miracles, and just anything is possible with the right support, acceptance, accessibility to resources, pride in their accomplishments, which it comes from support. So that's just why I'm so passionate about trying to get this going. And I would like, if we get it going, I would like to make it an annual thing, and maybe even make it a movement throughout the country. I just think that if we can instill pride in our kids and every little accomplishment, whether they're disabled, special needs or not, they need support and love and acceptance and being heard. And I just think that that's what they're lacking. That's why some are acting out and having behavior issues. Is they're frustrated, they're not being heard. But that's a whole nother rant. Acceptance, support and acceptance and love, it can do amazing things. So that's just why I'm so passionate about wanting to get this started. And I will keep y'all updated. And because it's on mirror selfie mode, it looks a little weird, but y'all can find it on my page. And let's get this going. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Oh, and Elijah is nominated for Southern Tea Awards. So, good luck, Elijah. Being nominated is a win already, dude. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Also, I'm getting back on here. I want to elaborate because I don't want people to think I did not have support and people telling me to have pride in myself. I did. I have some of the most amazing support system and village anybody could ask for. It's just, if I would have seen other disabilities, because I was not part of Special Olympics. I don't know why I wasn't, but I wasn't. Even though Mom donates to them. But really the only time I ever felt like I fit in and could do pretty much anything was at my summer camp in Lafayette for special needs and disabilities. It was a day camp. Now, there's lots of camps, even though this one that I'm talking about is no longer in existence. They have the Lions Club camp that I hear amazing things about, but as a kid, I did not like sleeping away. Now, should mom and dad have pushed me to try it? Probably so, but I mean, they pushed me for other things, but I guess they didn't want to risk having to drive all the way over there to pick me up like they used to have to do when I go try to sleep at friends' houses. I don't know. But that's a whole nother thing. But yeah, the Lions camp, I've heard amazing things about it. I kind of regret not going now. But they have the Dreams Foundation in Lafayette. They used to do a camp. I don't know if they still do. But they do amazing things for those with disabilities and special needs. There's resources out there. It's just a matter of knowing people who can guide you where to look. Some families with disabilities would rather keep to themselves because they don't know how the public's going to accept their kids. And I don't know their story. I'm not judging them. I just know some do keep to themselves, and some just don't know about the resources out there. Some don't even know about support groups out there, which is sad. That's why I think if the kid is in school and has an IEP or a 504 or some type of disability plan in the school system, I think it should be a common courtesy that when school is not in session, that the pupil appraisal or whoever should have a list of these resources. Or heck, even food stamps and SSI. Whatever services the government is helping these families with, they should have a list of all the resources available. What kind of doctors accept what kind of insurance, what they specialize in. But we don't live in a perfect world. And the more we advocate and say, hey, disabilities aren't going anywhere, give us the supports we need. Yes, we've come a long way. Yes, the passing of ADA was amazing. But we still have a lot left to go. Because there are still buildings that are not fully accessible. There are streets, curb walks that they do the bare minimum, curb cuts for the wheelchair to get up on the sidewalk. They do the bare minimum. Yes, it's accessible, but is it really if it has potholes and stuff that makes it difficult for the wheelchair user? I mean, it's like they just give us the bare minimum, and some people with disabilities are tired of screaming, yes, that's technically accessible, but it's still a struggle for us. Our lives are a struggle enough. Why make it more difficult? Why not make it easier? That's what the accommodations are for, is to make our lives a little easier, right? But I could go on a whole tangent about these types of things. But yeah, I just wanted to get back on here. I did have great support. I didn't want that other video to make it seem like I did not have support. I did have my parents who praised every accomplishment, but they also held me accountable. When they knew I wasn't trying my hardest in school. They pushed me to try things that I was scared about. They pushed me to try before saying I can't. But if they wouldn't have put me at Camp We Can Do in Lafayette, which again, no longer in existence, sad face, I think I would probably be worse off than I was. It really helped me come out of my shell. Although Mom says when I was a little kid, I never met a stranger. I'd hug everybody. They said they took me to a wedding one time. I was probably 5 years old. Didn't know a single person. Mom wrote this down. She says, I worked the room like a politician running for office. Because by the time I left that wedding, everybody knew who I was. Yeah, I've been seeing Candace. You're one of my newer friends, so you don't get lost in the shuffle yet, because I have 3,000 friends on Facebook. But yeah, I've been seeing, I just haven't had a chance to like them all. But, I mean, I still remember my first day at Camp We Can Do. I did not want to participate at all. I threw temper tantrums because I didn't want to do something. And the director, she's no longer alive. She died of cancer. God rest her soul. Love you, Ms. Z. She pulled me aside for the group activity because I had like my second or third meltdown of the day. I don't want to do it. I don't know how to do it. Da, 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 da. So she pulled me aside. She said, I understand it's your first day. And I understand you're nervous. She said, but this is a camp for disabilities and special needs. Just because you think you can't do it because you couldn't do it at school, this is a camp designed specifically for disabled and special needs kids. Do you really think we don't have a way to adapt? She said, you can sit this one out since it's your first day and just watch and see how we accommodate. But you need to participate because your parents are paying this money for you to come to this camp, not to just spectate. So that's one thing. And then this was years later. We had gone. I participated at the regular camp stuff. One year we went to Kemah Boardwalk. And again, I paid the money to go to the big field trip, right? And I'm not getting on any rides. And Ms. Z, once again, she said, Jamie, your parents did not pay the money for you to go on this field trip just to watch the other kids getting on rides and having fun. Get on a ride. And I had been on one ride, the carousel. She said the carousel don't count. Well, I got on the next ride, which I didn't know at the time. I was scared of heights. It was a tower drop. And there's a picture somebody took of me. I'm on that tower drop, and I'm just clutching. Like, But once I got off of it, it really wasn't that bad. So, yeah, things might be scary. Things might be, I don't know. But encourage your kids to try new things, even if they're scared. Let them know that even if they fall at first, mess up, whatever, you're still going to love them. I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to get on here. Because that last live, rewatching it, I didn't want people to think I didn't have a support system. I did. And even my able-bodied friends, God bless them, they loved me, they embraced me despite my disabilities, and I love them. But there's some things that I go through that they just won't understand. I love them still, and I appreciate all their love they have for me. And they encourage me, and they say they're proud of everything I've accomplished. But it's nothing like meeting somebody who has the same disability as you and discussing the same issues you both go through. That is just one thing I love about social media. Is I joined all these groups for scoliosis, Marfan syndrome. On TikTok, I find those with those types of disabilities, and it's love is love, but there's nothing like the support of somebody who's going through the same battle or similar battles, because not every battle is the same, because disabilities are a spectrum. But there's just nothing like the support of somebody who is in the trenches of the same disability battle as you. Yes, some of the struggles are different, but I also love all the support I get from my friends and family too. Just support is everything. And that's why I'm so passionate about doing this disability pride event I want to do. Show these kids that we support them, we embrace them, we recognize that they have these differences and struggles, but we still love them, we still accept them, and we want them to thrive. And I think that would be an amazing start to bettering our world. So, anyway, y'all have a good night, and let's practice kindness to each other. Let's practice understanding, compassion, all those amazing things. And hope everybody has an amazing rest of their weekend.